Welcome back and hello if you are new. So, thanks so much for tuning back in. I'm sorry that I didn't quite have any content to go out on Friday. You know there's usually my day of uploading, but I was incredibly busy finishing off my final dissertation, and last week I got hitched. So, things have been really kind of crazy in my personal life. Slowly but surely, Carnifex have been edging out of the clutches of deathcore, and following their 2016 release Slow Death, the band began to put a foot into the world of death metal, and now they return in 2019 with another foot outside, but is it really enough? On their brand new album, World War X. Probably the most immediate impact of World War X is the fact that the band really have kind of put their foot out into that death metal realm. And it's evidenced on Visions of the End and also Hail Hellfire. And immediately, you understand exactly what this band are after. And this record is specifically tailored to a death metal audience. And if anything, there's a small amount of influence from the Black Dahlia murder, for example, in that Hail Hellfire chorus with those leads. But what saves this from becoming, death metal painted by numbers is that there's very much that Carnifex sound still intact there. This Infernal Darkness, for example, although it is moving into the death metal realms, it very much flies that classic Carnifex flag, which for me was some of the best moments of Slow Death. There are even sections of this Infernal Darkness which reminded me of that classic Abigail Williams sound, which the band have been experimenting with, but I feel has kind of been tightened up on this record. However, later, Brushed by the Wings of Demons follows this signature Carnifex stomp, if you will, but then again adds in these black metal elements, particularly with the blast beats, and there's a fantastic acoustic guitar section which really creates a lot of atmosphere on the song. Carnifex have also really focused on their songwriting ability here. For example, All Roads Lead to Hell is a very slick, fluid, and well put together song, which also features a fantastic guitar solo by Angel Vivaldi. But my point being is that All Roads Lead to Hell is one of the finest examples that you can find of a Carnifex tune. It's gotten into this new era of Carnifex that they're now experimenting with, but again, holds dear to their classic roots. However, it isn't all good. The album also contains the track No Light Can Save Us, and for me, when you put against the other material, which is such a strong caliber on the album, it really does kind of let it down. It doesn't quite sound as streamlined, as trimmed. It sounds almost slightly clunky, and for me, kind of isn't really in a place on the record. However, the track itself does have an absolutely standout guitar solo. And this really is the crux of the, not problem, but the nature of World War X, is that for every step forward, there's a slight step back. And I don't mean that in a really bad way, but in more of a, they'll try and do something really experimental and really, really succeed, but then there'll be something that brings them slightly back, and it shouldn't kind of dissuade you from listening to this album, because it is a very solid record for sure. There are some really fantastic sections here, and particularly if you're a Carnifex fan, you'll find so much to love here. And similarly, the breakdown in By Shadows Thine Held, is a fantastic breakdown, but just leave it at that. And I felt that they layered it a little bit too much with those guitar melodies, and it just became a little bit too full on. It's clear to see that Carnifex have been working on their songwriting craft on this album, and to an extent it really has worked. There are some fantastic death metal moments, black metal moments, it's very atmospheric and also quite adventurous. However, with that being said, there are sections where it does fall slightly flat, and there are certain elements which could have been tightened up a little bit more. So, for that reason, I'm going to give the record a 3.5 out of 5. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure to check out my album reviews, interviews, all sorts of good stuff there as well. I'm going to try and focus on getting some different content out as well. I'm currently going on my honeymoon very, very soon, but when I come back, I think I want to try some newer stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for another album review. Alright, take care, friends.